Hello, a warm welcome to you to my channel Dr. Sirisha's Management Lectures. In this video, we'll try to see certain tips, leadership tips that we can embrace, especially in this post-pandemic era. Okay, first one, the value of embracing diversity. See, that is the most important leadership tip or leadership style, you can say, where leaders or the managers or the managements, they need to embrace diversity. They need to accept diversity in every phase of the business, be it cultural diversity, be it background diversity, language diversity, educational diversity, experience diversity, whatever be it. If you fill your organizations with diverse people, and if you are able to collaborate, create and be creative and be flexible, that is going to be the way forward. Okay, you need to be collaborative, you need to be working with different sets of people across the globe. Okay, or at least in your area, you see organizations which are confined or which are narrowed down, they are not going to work out these days. Your organization needs to embrace that diversity, it needs to collaborate with different walks of people, internally and externally. Okay, you need to enter different markets with different cultural backgrounds or with different kinds of demographics. Okay, so that embraces the flexibility into the organization, that brings in that much needed flexibility into the organization, and obviously your creativity will be pumped into the organization when once you start embracing that diversity. Okay, next, importance of being teachable. Leaders are not superpowers, leaders are not superheroes. They are also prone to make mistakes, to take wrong decisions. So that is one thing which leaders need to accept. That makes them, open to being teachable, open to learn new things. Okay, that should be the order of the day. That is how leadership should be in future. Okay, you as a leader should not consider yourself as a superhero or a supernatural hero. Okay, you should be open to new experiences, you should be open to new suggestions, even from the lowest end of your organization, right? Next, significance of mental health, the much debated issue and very, very important issue. Mental health of the employees, mental health of the leaders themselves. As I already said, leaders are not superheroes. Okay, they don't have any extra or supernatural powers. They are also very much human. They need to understand that element for themselves and for their employees. So that gives them an opportunity to understand the mental health issues and the significance of sound mental health. That makes them, bring in certain positive interventions to take care of the mental health issues of the employees into the organization. Okay, so that is one thing which is very, very important these days and in future also, because stress at different levels of, like all the levels of life, all the walks of life, stress has overclouded, that has it has literally occupied the space of every human. So mental health is something which is being very much disturbed, especially during the pandemic and post-pandemic. So that employees will carry forward to the organization also, to the workplace also. So leaders have to identify that, accept that, and try to bring in certain positive interventions to take care of the employees' mental health issues. Similarly, the need to find opportunities for professional growth. Leaders have to understand that employees should have a ladder ahead of them, which makes them grow professionally. Okay, so that is the thing, like it is not sufficient if the leaders, they think of themselves or some few people around them. They have to think of professional growth of everybody in the organization. They have to assure a professional growth ladder for every employee, provided, of course, there will be certain conditions like performance oriented conditions. But if performance is met, or if the standards are met, then employees should be assured of a ladder of a next level professionally in the organization. That boosts up the morale and motivation of the employees. Leaders, they need to identify that. Okay. The importance of growing while staying lean. That is another thing. See, staying lean in the sense, limited resources, and you should not, like most of the organizations have to shut down because of unlimited use of resources, or running over budgets. So that should not happen. Leaders have to take care of, like putting and like having a limit over the resources, like putting the resources to the optimal utilization. Okay, do not, even if the organization has money, even if the company is well off, just don't pump in more and more resources, any sort of resources, money, or whatever be the resource. Don't overuse the resources, because especially during this pandemic time, like most of the organizations, they had to cut down, they had to shut down because of unlimited use of resources, or running across, I mean, over budgets. Okay, or staying lean in the sense cutting the costs, putting the costs under control. Okay, even when the organization is making profits, don't be too liberal. Okay, you take risks. As a leader, it is obvious for you to take risks, but they should be calculated risks. Don't go after fancy, offers or fancy opportunities. Assess properly, make decisions properly. Okay, these are a few tips which leaders can embrace and follow, especially during this pandemic era and in future also. Okay, thank you.